Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host, Victor Nunley, and I am Comic Hero. Coming to you from Origin Story Comics here in McDonough, Georgia. And this is the surprise that I was telling everyone about on Facebook and social media. This is the first episode of the show that I've done outside of Louisiana. And one thing about it, it took me over 200 episodes to make this happen, and it's finally happening. But anyway, I'm not going to delay the time. It's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, last week's episode I asked, what is Storm's real name? Well, the correct answer is Ororo Monroe. Now, if you answered just Ororo, I accepted that. But she also went by another name, Ororo Ikwari T'Challa. And that was back when she was married to the Black Panther. But anyway, 10 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names have been entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So, the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Stephen Taylor from Gene, Louisiana. So congratulations, Stephen. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, here's the question for next week's episode, and this is an Iron Man question. It actually has to do with the first movie. Who was the villain in the first Iron Man movie from 2008? Everyone who answers correctly will be in a drawing for a free tee in next week's episode of the show. Now, usually, when I do the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown segment, I take requests. And a lot of them are very good. But for this episode, I just decided, I want to feature a fight of my own. And this one is a lot of... This one contains a lot more thinking than it does fighting. Representing DC, we have Brainiac. And representing Marvel, we have Mesmero. These two are going to duke it out in a segment I like to call... The Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Welcome to the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Today, it's Brainiac versus Mesmero. Brainiac possesses regenerative healing factor, technopathy, is a super genius engineer and inventor, 12th level super intelligence, energy projection, projection of super strong and durable tendrils, ability to take possession of other beings, force field projection, utilizes advanced weaponry and equipment, limited mind reading, limited mind control, limited telekinesis, limited matter manipulation, limited astral projection, and the ability to mimic Kryptonian superpowers. Mesmero possesses psionic hypnotism. Who will win? This fight would take the term mind over matter to a whole new level. Mesmero starts things off by psionically hypnotizing Brainiac, leaving him in a catatonic state while at a vertical base. Mesmero tells Brainiac to walk towards him. Mesmero then tells Brainiac to stop walking, and he does. Only a second later, Brainiac guts Mesmero with one of his tendrils. Brainiac, who most definitely lives up to his name, was well aware of Mesmero's psionic hypnotism the whole time. He led Mesmero to believe that he was hypnotized before he took him out. Brainiac wins, and that concludes this fight on the Comic Hero Throwdown Showdown. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that fight. If you have fight requests for future episodes, contact info is down there. Alright then, it's time for Comically Speaking, so without further ado, let's talk comics! Hey everyone. Now, I decided to stop over here because there were some books that came out, and I wanted to go ahead and buy those. And there's only 6 of them, but I'm not going to give a brief description of them because, after all, you have a show to watch. Alright, first up is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 45. Justice League No Justice number 3. Detective Comics number 981. X-Men Gold number 28. Falcon number 8. And finally, The Flash number 47. All right, that's 6, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 8,690. All right, I'm only going to be talking about 2 things in this segment of Comically Speaking, and the first thing is Super Sons. Now, the last issue of that limited series from DC just came out a few days ago. However, later on this year, in the coming months that is, they're going to come out with another miniseries that's going to star both the Son of Batman and the Boy of Steel. Now, when I found out about that, I was kind of relieved because I guess they're saying that Superboy is going to survive the Man of Steel miniseries that's going to be written by Brian Michael Bendis. I hope, because I mean he just made his debut in Convergence when Lois gave birth to him in the Superman Convergence miniseries. I mean, for him to just be killed off like that, I mean, or to be done away with, I don't approve of that. Although, the Man of Steel miniseries, it's been hinted that someone's going to die. Now, it doesn't exactly say, it hasn't been speculated as to who, but really looking forward to the Super Sons miniseries that's coming to DC in a few months. All right, next thing. And, oh, by the way, I need to warn y'all, if y'all have not seen Avengers Infinity War, you may want to skip this and go to the comic books I bought this week segment. It has been said that right after the next Avengers movie, which is called Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man will come back, as well as other characters. There's also going to be a Spider-Man Homecoming sequel, and the villain has been rumored to be Mysterio, being played by Jake Gyllenhaal. I could see that. I mean, me being a band nerd and a music nerd, this is the music nerd to be talking. He's also he's going to be playing the role of Leonard Bernstein in an upcoming movie, which I'm also going to be going out to see when it comes out. And I think Jake Gyllenhaal has played a lot of great and interesting roles over the years, and I'm really intrigued to find out about his portrayal as Mysterio. Now, it hasn't really been said as to when this movie's going to come out, but the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, I'll definitely see it. All right, that's it for Comically Speaking. Now then, let's get to the comics I bought this week.
Comic books I bought this week.
All right, first up is Invincible Iron Man number 596. Invincible Iron Man number 600. I'm very bad about not getting these in some kind of order, but oh well. Wonder Woman number 44. Wonder Woman number 46. And finally, Detective Comics number 980. Alright, that's 5, which brings the total number of comics that I bought since December of 1997 to 8,695. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Who was the villain in the first Iron Man movie from 2008? Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee in next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Stephen Taylor from Gina, Louisiana, who won a free tee in this week's episode of the show. Alright, it's birthday time here on the Comic Hero Show, and happy birthday to Leslie Chisholm, Justine Kerr, Gina Hutton, Jeff Moore, Neil Rambin, Andrew Brown, Michelle Bryant, Lauren Murphy, Alliston DeCharo, Dylan Davis, Julianne Salter, Joanne Reno, Brittany Doucette, Alice Tesano, Hillary Morgan, Xavier Cooper, and Deanne Knighton. And a very special happy 5th wedding anniversary to my friends Hillary and Joe Stokes from West Monroe, Louisiana. Oh, you know, this is, wow. I'm just so, I mean, this is just awesome that I finally got a chance to do an episode of the show outside Louisiana. And what better place to come than the state of Georgia? And I know there are a lot of folks that are graduating from high school and college, and then also elementary and middle school. I want to say a very special congratulations to my cousin Deasia Washington, who just graduated from Hampton High School yesterday. And also congratulations to anyone who is graduating, whether it is from Head Start, pre-K, kindergarten, elementary, middle school, high school, or even if you're receiving your associates, your undergrad, your master's, or your doctorate from any college. But boy, I just want to go ahead and say this right now. Doing episodes of the show outside of Louisiana is something that is really one of my goals, because, you know, I love this. I love my home state, but at the same time, I love the country I live in. And if there's ever an opportunity presents itself, and I have a chance to go out and go to stores throughout different parts of the country, you best believe I'm going to take that chance. You best believe I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right, I'm Victor Nunley. I'm the Comic Hero. I'll see you next week for episode 216, right back at Southern Realms Comics and Games in Ruston, Louisiana. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero. Hey everyone, I just no, that's one. All right, last week's episode, I asked, what is Storm's first